Welcome back to the Webby O'Neill channel, Manchester United versus Southampton. Hope you're all smiling, hope you're all happy after that win against Real Betis, but it's back to business in the Premier League. Thoughts on this one coming up?
Well, Ten Hag, not a manager to make wholesale changes, but I think it's imperative that he does the changes. I think it should be at least 4, maybe 5 changes. Yes, great win against Betis, but the thing is, Southampton, bottom of the league, we've got 13 Premier League games, and he's got to consolidate, got to get the players, got to get the rest while he can. Good win against Betis, so going forward, there's another chance of a few players to be rested. I think he must do it, and the 4 or 5 players there, to me, Varane, Antony, Shaw and Dalot, they're possibly where Ten Hag can make the changes.
What is it you've seen there where you think we should be making changes? Is it due to the performances, or do you just think with the amount of games that we could have left, we could do with freshening it up against Southampton?
Well, you look at Varane, we're having games every 3 games, and Varane, this is the time to give him a rest. Played against Liverpool, played last night. So, you know, it's time he got another rest. With Antony, I think what it is to sharpen the attack up, I think maybe Garnacho or maybe Pellistri should be brought in. Shaw brought off, looking a little bit leggy. So we've got Malacia there, no problem whatsoever bringing him in. Dalot, like I've said before, not played the best since he's come back from injury. Wan-Bissaka, to me, fully deserves that place in the starting lineup. So, to me, them 4, they're the possibilities. So, it's not about a matter of players not playing well. I think players do need a rest, and especially Varane.
Yeah, no, I do agree. When the chances come along and you can rest players and you can bring players in, especially if they're performing with the minutes that they're being given from the subs bench, they should be considered. But I think if you used to make 4 changes to that back line, I don't think it'd be a wise move no matter who you're playing. I know we're doing well at home. I don't think we're unbeaten in 20 games at Old Trafford, 54 goals, in all competitions this season. And yeah, I just think the spine of your defence always needs to be bang on. And I think 4 changes in that defence. I know it's Southampton, the second from bottom, but sometimes I think you can just go a little bit overboard, not you, but in terms of selections, and you can make that mistake and it can bite you on the backside, so to speak. But
yeah, he might not make them changes from the start, but I think what he might do, he might make the changes throughout the game.
Yeah.
And lately, Ten Hag's been getting the changes right at the right time. So these players, if they put in the performance and they do start, then I think quickly Ten Hag will make the changes. We need freshening up. And to me, Pellistri or Garnacho in that front, we do need that change there. And I think against Southampton, we need young, energetic legs, fresh legs to run at them. Southampton are bottom of the league. Yes, they'll come out fighting, but United really should totally dominate that midfield. And should really have no trouble at the back. So I think United need to freshen, especially the attack up. Go at them, get the goals, and then Ten Hag can make the changes. But it'll be tough. First 20 minutes, Southampton will come at United. They desperately need the points.
Yeah, no, I'm actually thinking of it now, how he would freshen it up. You look at the Real Betis game, the substitutions that he did make, it was all down the right-hand side, down the left-hand side as well. And yeah, you could possibly be right. You might change a couple of positions, one on the right, one on the left-hand side as well. But whether it's going to be an attack or at the full-back positions, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do agree that it could do with freshening up in a couple of places. But, you know, you've got the likes of Casemiro, Rashford, who I think at the moment you just can't take them out of the team. They need to be in the starting 11 every single week. So that'd be difficult to replace one of them and give them a rest, in my eyes.
Well, he's not going to drop Weghorst. We know that for a start. He started him every game. He talked about him today of being fit. He's capable and he's an intelligent player. He's took the place of Martial. Martial, he spoke about him back in training, but he's not coming back to start. But Weghorst, absolutely, he is the workhorse and he loves him. And Weghorst loves United, and you can see that. But he is fit and he is capable, and he does link up the play. So he will definitely start. And let's hope he gets some more goals. I mean, the goal he scored against Betis, absolutely delighted for him.
Do you think it'll be back-to-back goals there for Weghorst against Southampton?
I'm not a betting man. I'm not a betting man, not with Weghorst's scoring capabilities. But the thing is, he has the overall play, and that's what United have benefited from. So Weghorst, for me, starting, it's a must. And I really, really like the player. His enthusiasm is just, I think it transmits to all the other players, and everyone picks up on it, which is it's great to see. But he's took the place of Martial. I think Martial slowly is getting back to fitness, but I can't see him starting, not before the international break anyway.
Yeah, no, some good points there about Martial. I think they were looking at, well, from what Ten Hag was saying, they definitely wanted to take the time with bringing Martial back. He is going to be needed, like we said earlier on, with the 13 Premier League games left, like you said earlier on, plus cup competitions if we go all the way. So he will have a role to play, Martial. And, Erik Ten Hag has said earlier on in the season that Manchester United play better football up top with Martial in the team. So that could be food for thought going forward when Martial does return and is fully fit.
In the running?
Yeah, of course. But if Weghorst keeps up his work rate and, if he does start chipping in with some goals, that's a big decision to call as well, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I just hope he does go on a scoring run. It'll be fantastic for United. The other thing to go on about is he mentioned Eriksen. Eriksen... He's not in contention before the international, but he expects him to play. So that's something bright for the future. And like I say, that running, difficult running with the cup games. So Eriksen will be needed and Martial will be needed. So I'm really looking forward now to the end game of the season and how Ten Hag performs with his players and how they react, because this is the tough part now. Cup competitions, league, got to consolidate that top four, and we've got to challenge for another trophy because it's there. It's all there for us. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to it. And Sunday's game, I'm actually going for a nice 3-0 victory, I think United will just go straight at them. I think the confidence is back. We've seen that against Betis, even though the first half at times was a little bit shaky. But, we're back. So 3-0 for me. Can't see anything else.
Yeah, I'd like to think we're back. It was a good, solid performance against Real Betis, especially when we got that third goal. It was just all Manchester United in that game and we just totally dominated it. But this is the first game back in the Premier League since that humbling last weekend against the Scousers. So for me, this game was always going to be the hardest game for me out of the two with Real Betis. And it doesn't matter where Southampton are. You look at the last 5 games I think we've played against them. I think we've won 3, drawn 2. So, yeah, the form book's there kind of thing. And United, with them playing well at the moment, scoring goals, a good well, it's become a fortress now, Old Trafford, hasn't it? Especially in the last 20 games or so. And they expect us to get the win, but I think it will be a tough game, though.
1-0 for you?
I'd take 1-0 now.
Oh, yeah.
A million percent I'd take 1-0 now. I just don't think it will be as easy as we've seen, let's say, that 9-0 at Old Trafford a couple of years ago. I just think Southampton are going to come here and they're going to attack Manchester United. I don't think they're just going to sit there and, with a brick wall like West Ham normally do and counter-attack. I think Southampton will come here and look to play football.
Well, I think if Ten Hag makes them couple of changes, I think United will fly through this game and absolutely smash them 3-0. That's how I see it. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1.
2-1, fair enough.
Hopefully it's more 3-0, like you say, even 4 or 5-0. It'd be good to get a few goals at Old Trafford and get Weghorst on the score sheet again. And also,
I look at it this way: United, I think it's about 20 games unbeaten at Old Trafford. We've got a great defence. Southampton haven't got a great attack, so that's why I'm looking at it. So you just give us your comments on it, and we'll see how it goes Sunday, son.
Yeah, what a strong performance from Casemiro as well in this one. A couple of people have been doubting whether he's still carrying that injury, what we thought he might have had it against Liverpool. And yeah, let's see how he can get back to his best in this game and dominate and control that midfield.
Right, listen, get your comments in, smash that like. Hey, and 3-0 is going 2-1. Come on, United.